Brony Clubhouse? Is that like the Cutie Mark Crusaders Clubhouse? Ooh, I bet it's a bunch of blank flanks.
Hey there everybody, and thank you for joining us once again. My name is Spencer.
And I'm Sessa, and you're watching the Brony Clubhouse.
Now we have an exciting episode for you today. We have our roundtable discussion of the 2013 herd census, and we have our video review of Snowdrop. It's a short animated feature produced by Silly Philly Studios.
But before that, the Clubhouse recently attended another SoCal Bronies meetup. This time, it was a new member potluck in Anaheim.
Hey there everybody, we're here today in Twilight Reed Park in Anaheim, California, where we are attending the new member potluck meetup sponsored by SoCal Bronies, and we're here for the Nerf War. It's going to be exciting, so let's go check them out. It's going to be a good time.
It's like a jungle style.
It's just
flip.
there just in case, so.
At least it's not an Alan Cornell seal. I'll give you that.
King Sombra is worst pony.
King Sombra is worst villain. Yeah. They wouldn't let some girl by the name of Friday.
This way.
Over here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the #1 NASCAR racer in the entire USA.
Does anybody have an orange?
Lower body is out.
And if somebody dies, you take the weapons. And if you die, lay down on the ground because you're dead and put your gun on top of you so other people can grab them.
So the rules for guns, I get shot where when I die? How much?
Chest or head?
1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3.
One shot to the chest, I'm dead?
Yeah.
It should be 2.
Okay, how about...
Jammed! Dead. 1 down. Start limping.
Alright. So this is the Nerf War currently in progress. It's actually pretty fun. I'm going in.
Dead. We have 1 death. 2 on 4.
1 died.
1 on 4.
Okay, so I'm here with a few new friends of SoCal Bronies. This is your guys' first time meetup.
Yep.
Yes.
Congrats for #1. I'd like to formally welcome you. Thank you for coming out, guys. What are your names? I want to get to know you guys.
My name's Cody.
Cody.
Steve. Kevin.
Cody, Steve, Kevin, thank you for coming out today. And since this is your first meetup, how are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's great.
I'm loving it. Didn't expect the Nerf War.
It's fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, they're still going. They're still doing something later on.
Lots of food showed up.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely, dude. This has been awesome. I mean, meeting so many new people. It's awesome, dude.
Hello.
What's going on? Now, what are you guys' names?
You go first. No, you go first.
No, after you.
I insist.
No. Okay, how about Sal? You go first.
I am Sweetie Belle.
All right, we got Sweetie Belle.
I'm Scootaloo.
And I'm Apple Bloom.
The Cutie Mark Crusaders, everybody.
Yeah.
Now, is this your first time meetup, guys?
No.
Definitely not.
Nope.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
How have your other experiences been with other meetups?
Incredible.
Amazing.
Like, the best ever. Like, amazing.
Tons of fun.
I try to go every one, but I can't.
I go to them every weekend.
And how are you enjoying this meetup?
It's fun, like all the ones at Twilight Reed are. This is one of the staple meetups of my little meetup rotation I have.
Because you live in the area, so
Yeah.
it makes it easy for you.
I live like 15-20 minutes away from here, so.
You know, guilty. I got to claim. This is my first time coming out to Twilight Reed, but you know what? You guys are making it so much fun. I'm gonna have to come back. It's so much fun. I'm really enjoying it. Now, how would you describe SoCal Bronies to somebody who's never heard of it?
SoCal Bronies is pretty much a community. From what I checked and looked at the numbers, apparently we are the largest meetup group, Brony meetup group in meetup.com. So, pretty much over, I think, 1,000 of us.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
And the numbers just keep on growing.
Every
They're
day,
ridiculous.
Every day we're getting more numbers, and it's beautiful.
And how do you like SoCal Bronies?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
There's so many people, and it's like super awesome because it's like a whole bunch of people that you know, and you're like, oh wow, I like ponies, and they're like, oh, no way, I like ponies too, and you're like, yeah, and then you're like, just.
It's a really good way to meet new friends.
How do you enjoy SoCal Bronies? I know you've been doing it for a while.
It's a great way to just go out, you meet people, it's just socializing, and you already have a base similar interest to really like make friends on. And I know some bronies like myself are introverted, and it's difficult to just make new friends out of the blue. And so this just makes it a lot easier by giving you common ground to start on.
You got like your group.
Now, speaking of Cutie Mark Crusaders, you guys got a thing going on here.
We do.
You guys are.
We are
Cutie
the
Mark-
CMC.
How did that come up to be? How did that
Well,
happen?
originally we were at a hide and seek meetup in Irvine Spectrum.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
awesome.
they needed a CMC, so we're just like, let's do it. And then we kind of went from there.
Now, are those your actual favorite ponies on the show?
No, Rainbow Dash.
No,
Rainbow Dash.
Sweetie Belle's
Rainbow
best
Dash
pony.
is the best pony.
Best pony.
Applejack is best
Sweetie
pony.
Sweetie Belle.
How are you enjoying SoCal Bronies?
I am enjoying it very well to the fullest as much as I can. The problem is some of the meetups are a bit far away, so I do try to get to the ones that I can. I was actually about to cancel coming here. No way, yeah, for real. Like, there was no way I could get a ride, but then just out of the blue, I could get a ride. So,
For me, I've been having car problems, so I had to find ways to get here.
You know what? If you guys ever need transportation help, there's always a brony who's got your back. I mean, there's always carpool sheets going up, and people are always offering to take you. There are always people who are offering what are the best routes for like train stuff. I mean, it's awesome. People want you to go out, and they will get you there somehow. Maybe pitching a couple of bucks for gas money. How did you guys hear about SoCal Bronies?
I was actually bored one day, and I kind of just like searched brony groups and then found it.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Likewise, yeah.
Internet.
Yep.
Internet.
Yep.
And since then, it's just been, let's go to these meetups, guys. These are fun.
Every
people.
week.
CMC and the internet don't really mix well.
Well, you know, you meet friends, and you
and
end up
then
going
you-
to
you-
every
yeah,
dude,
every
it's
meetup
amazing.
with these
With
same
them.
people.
You got like.
And how did you guys hear about SoCal Bronies?
I heard of it through a meetup.
It's kind of funny. I did not know of this thing at all, but last night I just happened to be on meetups.com looking at my account and seeing what was up there, and I noticed SoCal Bronies. I was like, okay, what are they doing? Oh, there's a meetup. Oh, it's right down the city block from me. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay.
Better go.
I guess I'll go, because I just happened to get Saturdays off from work, so now I'm here. Yes.
That is awesome.
I heard of it through a friend. He told me I should come. I was like, okay, why not? This was before I started watching it, and then I started watching My Little Pony, and I was like, this is an awesome show.
And you guys have definitely heard about Equestria LA that's coming
Oh,
up,
of
right?
course, of course. I
Whoa,
already have my
what a
ticket.
coincidence.
And
I've
my
heard of that
cosplay.
too. Oh my
You
gosh,
have?
I thought I was the only
Just
one.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Did you guys attend last year's Equestria
Yeah,
LA?
I did.
What did you guys think of the convention?
The whole thing was absolutely amazing.
Words
Far
can't describe.
exceeded my expectations.
Words can't describe.
I went too, and I was just speechless.
That dance Saturday night.
You guys,
That dance.
Yes.
Oh,
Brony
man,
dance
it was
party.
so much
Dance.
fun.
Big shout outs to our techies out there who made that possible. And made
We
it
love
amazing
you.
fun.
Yes,
Techies,
definitely.
Yay.
And please tell me you're planning to go to this new one.
Oh, of course.
I already have my
cosplay.
ticket.
Yeah.
You guys have your tickets?
I already got my cosplay too.
Yep.
Now, have you guys heard of Equestria LA?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm actually going to
No.
be doing security there.
Really?
Oh,
That
yeah.
is much props to you, because that takes some work and dedication. Did you guys attend last year?
Last year was my first BronyCon,
Ooh.
and I loved it.
Woo!
Changed my life.
It's one of the best darn conventions I've ever been to. Well, what about you?
I found out some new things today.
Woo! I'm glad to
Nice.
hear that.
Nice. We're gonna
Well,
see
you
this
guys
guy.
are going to be going to the new one that's coming up, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
You know, it's really cheap prices for hotels. The badge is not so bad. I mean, this guy's got your back in case anything goes wrong. You guys will be okay. You guys will be taken care of. And have you been to Equestria LA, or have you heard about Equestria
Oh,
LA?
I worked the staff last year. It was awesome.
You did? That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you were doing security last year.
Yes, I got my little button.
Woo, represent. How
Yeah.
did you enjoy it?
It was awesome. It was interesting perspective to be a staff member in a con instead of being a attendee.
You know, because you get a lot more interaction with people, and you're doing protecting and serving.
Yes,
Making sure
yes.
no shenanigans.
Yes.
Although some shenanigans can be fun.
I'll be there this year too.
So you're gonna be going this year? Did you already get your bag? Got your hotel ready to go?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna get a hotel if I can get 2 more people to roll with me.
You know what? There's always people looking for rooms, and there's always people looking for bunk buddies. You can always find somebody on SoCal Bronies.
Right.
Hit them up. You'll find somebody.
All right.
Are we hoping to see you at Equestria?
Yeah.
You will?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's how my son will take me.
You know what? I will tell you now, Mom. You're gonna love it. Now, would you guys suggest SoCal Bronies to your
Of
pals?
course, I do
All
it to all
day,
my friends,
every
even
day.
the non-bronies.
That's pretty awesome. Now, since this is your first time meetup, would you recommend this to another friend, Brony or non-Brony?
I texted my friends to tell them they should come next time because this is really fun.
No, I'm gonna let all my SL friends know about this.
Yes, I mean, the more the merrier. We love having you guys out here. It's very fun, it's very entertaining. And I love seeing new faces. It gets me so excited. As you can tell, my favorite pony is Pinkie Pie. I get really excited. Woohoo! Bro hoops all around. Thank you guys for coming out, and I just keep having a good time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I will
come
come.
on,
Wait, no, please, don't take me along. You will never take me along.
Alrighty, everybody, as you've seen it here, the new member Potluck and the Nerf War meetup have been a huge success. And if you're interested in coming to future meetups, definitely be sure to check out SoCal Bronies. My name is Spencer, this is the Brony Clubhouse, and we'll see you guys for the next meetup.
I guess I hold all these coins.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another roundtable discussion. Today, we're going through the 2013 herd census. It was a humongous survey of over 20,000 bronies that was conducted by Coder Brony, and today we have the full report, and we're going to go over some of the statistics and figures, some of them you might find to be a little interesting. So let's start going through some of these now. We have a couple of charts and figures and graphs, and we have a few numbers to go through.
First up is the male-female gender ratio, and that 0.5% of the respondents didn't want to answer, but it turned out to be about 15% female and 85% male, which is not terribly surprising at all, given that it's bronies. However, I will point out that that is very, very close to the gender makeup in technology.
That's really interesting.
In technology field, in school, and also in industry.
I think we were all kind of hoping it would be a little bit higher as far as the females thing, but yeah, it's good to finally get those numbers in. Next up was the age distribution, with the median age around 19. It's my age, so it's
pretty around the dot. You know,
I kind of thought it was a little higher, to be honest. Like, you know, when I introduce people to the show, or the community specifically, I keep saying, oh, they're, you know, about 18 to 20s or upper 20s. So to see 19 as the median age is a little surprising, honestly. It's a little younger than I thought.
It's close, because most people will tell you, oh, they're 20-something-year-olds. Right. That's mostly what a brony falls under the category.
Looking at the chart, I think it might be the large number of 17 and 18-year-olds pulling the average down. Yeah. Where I guess there's quite a bit of 20-year-olds, but up at 22, 24, it really starts to slope down. So it appears that people who have already graduated from college, there's not that many folks. Like, you and I, we're not in that distribution.
We're past that now. We're past the median.
Shut up, man.
But one thing that's kind of interesting about that is even the next chart is a lot of those people have moved on, or a lot of the teenagers have moved on into their 20s, because that's what the next chart is all about. This is the difference between the 2012 census and the 2013 census. So kind of seeing some of those numbers shift over was a little interesting, I thought.
So you're seeing how people are aging up and the same people are responding to the survey?
Yeah.
The next statistic I actually found really interesting. It's marital statuses, and it's a humongous number, which kind of makes sense. 95.6% of bronies are not married. That's a little surprising.
And never been married.
Yeah, and as some of the people in the clubhouse have noted, it's because, a lot of them are so young. I could think a reasonable marrying age kind of starts around 25, and we just figured out the median was 19, so there's a couple dots we can start to connect.
I was just so surprised because it's such a large number. Large number.
I was surprised that there were enough that were even divorced, like 0.6%. I mean, it's not much, but.
Well, there's folks in their late 20s and 30s in there. I mean, okay, divorced is not even 1%. And either is separated, or if you add together
It
divorce,
makes one.
separated,
It makes 1%.
1%. Yeah, we're married and are no longer at one point.
I was surprised. It's a large number. And oh, this is another one that
Our viewers don't know what you're looking at. It's that been in a serious relationship in the last 12 months.
a whopping 76.1 said not in a relationship.
A lot of single bronies out there.
What's going on?
Sorry, guys.
Not you and me.
Obviously. But there's still that 23.9 who have been in a committed relationship. I mean, I've been to plenty of conventions where you see the couples, they go together, they get into brony stuff together, and it's always wonderful to see that. It's always great to see that. I'd like to see more of that. So you guys, hook up with your fellow bronies.
See, with the gender distribution, that's kind of an impediment.
Gotta
There's
get more.
only
Gotta
15% of females to go around.
Show your female friends ponies. I'm sure they'll enjoy it as much as the
That's
next.
poor terminology. Just
Tell
pass
them
them around.
that brony meetups are where to find a man. Playing the odds.
You know, and a couple of small other things that I thought was really interesting, region-wise and worldwide regional, 62.5% of bronies are from the United States. The top 5, I believe, was the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Germany, and Canada. Canada's like in second place, which isn't too surprising, seeing as My Little Pony Friendship is Magic comes from Canada. So not too surprising.
No, why do you find that surprising about the United States?
Well, the United States kind of, I was like, kind of spot on. The last 3 are kind of like the ones that were like, oh, that's interesting. We got Australian bronies, we got German bronies, and what was it? Bronies from the United Kingdom. And funny enough, the first correlation that I made with that is that all 3 of those have big conventions that were featured in the Brony documentary. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, that's kind of...
Was the New York thing in this? I don't remember. I remember like the state of residence. Like I was surprised. Like BronyCon, the New York convention, is a big convention, and there's not that many bronies there. Like California has a lot, to say the least, which is surprising.
California bronies represent.
It's surprising that EQLA is not bigger. But yeah, I mean, it's just specifically New York is just one that I found really interesting.
What about the whole East Coast? I'm not seeing a lot of warm colors on that chart.
The warmer the color, the more population is, and it's not. There's not so many bronies in the East Coast, at least according to the survey.
There's a lot in California. Why isn't EQLA bigger? Come on.
And then Texas is kind of in the middle. It's got a lot of bronies in Texas.
There's 4 conventions in Texas now.
Yes, the next one that's coming up is
why?
Fiesta Equestria is coming up quite soon. Let's see some of the statistics that I found that were very interesting. It actually had to do with education status. There is about 64% of bronies who are actually full-time students in college. That I found were pretty high numbers. I knew, for the most part, when you think of bronies in their 20s, they're probably kids in college, but that's a really high percentage. I thought that was really interesting.
I think what I find interesting about that is the amount of money some bronies seem to have to spend on merchandise or charitable anything, and yet the great majority are still in college. So that means that the folks who are out there and making money in a job, they're spending a disproportionate amount on merchandise and charitable giving and Kickstarters and whatnot.
Who cares about student loans as long as I get my plushies?
I need my selection.
I found the racial distribution to be shocking.
Overwhelming, at least.
So the number of white or self-identified white bronies is in the 80s. It's roughly about 85%. And you've got, I don't know, maybe about 7% Asian, again, 5-6% Hispanic, and other American Indian, Black, and Hawaiian Pacific are all very small percentages that make up the rest. I have no idea why the Brony fandom would be so overwhelmingly white, or would identify as overwhelmingly
You know what?
white.
You know what I thought about too? The Asian is in second place. My Little Pony just hit Japan. That number is going to skyrocket.
That is very true.
You know, I'm expecting for the 2014, that's going to be almost neck to neck. It's got to be. It's huge. It's going to get huge in Japan, and I know it's going to get bigger out here. So what else? What other numbers that we have that we were running through? Oh, this one was actually kind of cool. A lot of bronies get categorized into bronies are furries, and surprisingly enough, 83% of bronies do not associate themselves as being a furry.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Just the people who said who weren't, it was like an overwhelming number. 83% is huge. I mean, that's like 1 out of whatever, like 5 bronies identifies as a furry.
I fully admit I do not
Is that what it is?
understand
Closer to
the
that.
brony furry thing altogether. I don't really see why they have to have anything to do with each other. I mean, I guess I do a little bit, but I don't quite get it. So, I don't know. 83 seems low.
I thought it was super high. Let's see what other numbers and figures we got here. Well, you have another. Well, there was another one that I actually found was really interesting. Is people who got into My Little Pony, 29.5% of bronies didn't become a brony until season 2.
That's when I.
Which is a pretty accurate number, I think. I didn't even know My Little Pony was a thing until it was halfway into season 2. So the first stuff I started seeing was like Discord episode and who's this Discord villain, and so it was right at the beginning of season 2. Well, what about you? You got into it as well.
Yeah, season 2. I think I jumped in sometime right before Flim Flam Brothers. I think either 1 or 2 weeks before that, or that was the first one.
And Casey.
From the beginning, I mean, I've been a My Little Pony fan for many
That's
years,
true.
so I
It's
was
not
excited
surprising.
about it. I knew it was
Stir
coming.
over
Yeah. I'm an outlier in every sense of the word. As this census just makes me feel so alone.
I'm so sorry.
I don't fit in anywhere.
You fit in with this crazy group of people. And speaking of fitting in, this is a figure that I would like to lower. Over 72.9% of bronies have never attended a meetup.
Yeah, I was shocked by that number, actually. Like, you guys really are just on the internet creating content.
That's how we found each other.
Mhm.
That's how the entire clubhouse formed. Nobody knew each other before that.
But a majority of us did meet through meetups. You guys gotta get out more. You gotta go see some sun. It's not so bad for you.
Meet other bronies. They're very nice.
It's actually very fun to go to meetups, and the fact that only, what was it, like something like 27% of them goes to meetups, that number's gotta go up. And as you've been seeing, we've been going to more and more meetups, and that's going to keep going. That's going to keep going up.
Really quick story for me. I didn't used to go without a +1. And then one time a meetup was so close to my house, I just had no excuse not to go. So I did, and then I started meeting people, surprise, surprise, and all of a sudden, here I am in the clubhouse.
And now you had a couple of figures that were really interesting. A couple of numbers here and there.
One thing I wanted to give props to the brony community in that around 35% of you guys plan to get a graduate degree. You're on their way. Another around 35% plan to get bachelor's degrees. So that's 70% of you plan to complete higher education. So props to you guys.
I salute the educated brony.
Keep plugging away at it.
Kind of fast forwarding into the later parts of the census, a lot of people identified with Twilight, so...
Oh, that makes sense.
That
makes sense.
That is one of the things that I really wanted to dig deep into that one. The most popular character out of all of them is Twilight Sparkle.
That's not terribly shocking.
It's not. It's not my favorite. I love Twilight Sparkle, but Pinkie Pie forever.
Rarity.
And it goes into, actually, the order in which it is. It's Twilight Sparkle, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie. No, let me take that back. It's Twilight, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, and then Applejack in last.
Yeah, poor Applejack. She needs some love. What's
Luna.
up with that? Yeah.
Luna's also very popular.
Yes,
Oh my goodness.
She was. And
Applejack needs some loving. She raised a barn for you guys.
was that over cosplay yet?
No, actually. What are the numbers on cosplays?
Okay, so I was very surprised that 74% of bronies have never done cosplay. seems like people show up to conventions and meetups, and you see pictures, and people are wearing costumes. And 74% of you have never done it, not even once.
That's-
About 15% have done it once or twice. And only 2.4% of bronies cosplay frequently.
That's dedication.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem to jive with what I actually see in real life. So that might have something to do with the number of people who don't actually meet other bronies in real life.
That
they
might
don't
be.
go to meetups
That might
and
be.
conventions.
Which I'm telling you guys, you gotta go out to these things. They're awesome. They're so much fun. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, this one's actually very interesting.
That one,
I'll let you have this.
So I guess I'll be the guy to say it. This one's for sexual orientation. 65.8 of people are exclusively heterosexual. And then it goes into other categories as being bisexual, asexual, polyamorous, gay, and lesbian.
I was really surprised at around 10% of respondents chose asexual. I know some of that has to do with there being children responding, but I don't know that I even knew what that was when I was a child, so I wouldn't have known to pick that. I mean, as a kid, I knew I liked boys, so I don't know. It's
an interesting
so much
response,
more
to
than the
say
general
the least.
population. Like significantly more than the general population do not want to choose a sexual identity. I don't know. That's surprising to me.
I thought it was a highlight, something that was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting to see, something that was even a response in the first place. Let's see, what do we got here? You want to go through this one? Well, it's the interested in brony activities. 35 people strongly are interested in doing casual meetups with brony friends, which is, I mean, that's a normal activity. If you're a brony, more than likely go and do some meetups, and that's kind of fun. Brony conventions is it's a humongous number, 47.2. Who doesn't like a convention, let alone a brony convention? We just get to go, have fun, laugh, and sing and dance. It's too much fun.
Okay, the next slide is about brony behaviors. And one thing that surprised me was that around 43% of bronies said that they would display brony behaviors. I think that meant like wearing t-shirts and expressing your bronyism in romantic situation, like wearing a We Love Fine t-shirt on a date. Now, you guys got your head held high, because even I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing my Applejack shirt on a date. It's just not gonna happen. So,
Hey, maybe
props to you guys.
Yeah, maybe if that's what brought you two together, but yeah, if not.
It's very interesting figures, to say the least.
I mean, it's kind of nice because it shows, or this slide specifically, it shows a lot more people out of the closet than we give them credit for.
Or out of the politically correct way is out of the stable. I like that. You never heard that one? I like that.
I haven't heard that.
That's what I've heard it a couple times. It's got to be true.
Well, it lists 5 different arenas, I guess, in which you could display your bronyism. It's around the house, in front of your parents or other relatives, at school or work, in public, or in a romantic situation. And for all 5, the majority of respondents said that, yeah, I would do that. I would, wear my We Love Fun shirt. Okay.
Well, I guess if you're comfortable, hey, why not? Yeah. Now, this one actually caught my eye almost immediately. Is that a whopping 57.4 bronies would strong, or what did I say?
0.4 for brony.
Yeah, that's 57.4 bronies.
Who just
they would strongly disagree that calling themselves a brony is embarrassing. Now, props to you guys. I mean, look, you shouldn't be ashamed of calling yourself a brony. If you go out there and people make fun of you, hey, they don't know any better. And what's actually kind of cool is that 81.6 strongly agreed that bronies can be male or female.
But there were a few people who said no.
Well,
what the heck?
There's some figures going off on and on here.
Can't get them all. I found it interesting that there was a lot of people who think that bronies try far too hard to get others to watch the show.
What do you mean you don't watch My Little Pony? You
Actually, it's around 47% of the respondents thought the Bronies tried too hard.
Well, which is funny because no one got me into it. I just kind of found it. I didn't choose the pony lap. The pony lap chose me.
True, it really is. And people just trying to get their friends, siblings, schoolmates, parents, SOs, co-workers, children, like trying to get them all involved in the show.
With the highest percentage being friends, it's sitting something around 78, almost 79%.
Now the next chart is what kind of merchandise people buy, and what surprised me is that just over 50%, it was the majority in the group of things that you could buy, of respondents actually bought the toys made by Hasbro, like in the store. So for all the complaining people do about the toys not being show accurate,
why is Celestia pink?
You guys still buy it. Like more so than clothing, calendars, DVDs, and fan-produced toys is a separate category, and there's only like 12% of you guys buy the fan-produced toys.
How come Applejack doesn't have her hat?
So you guys are still spending your money.
Final scratch glasses.
Oh, this one was actually really cool because you guys who do this are really awesome. It's Bronies who give money to charity. One of the biggest percentages is Bronies for Good. It sits right on 10%. There's also the Brony Thank You Fund. There's and Kiki's Fund as well. These are really big, highly known charity organizations, and you guys give what you can, and everything helps. So that's pretty cool. I like those numbers.
Good job.
Now, let's see, we got a few more. This one's
the personality type. 80-some% of the respondents actually filled out a personality survey, and it's the Jungian. It's at the 4 letters.
Yeah.
With
an overwhelming percent fell into the introversion, intuitive thinking, and judgment category. Like that was the biggest block. The block right behind it was only half of that, and then it just kind of trailed off from there.
Like 26% of Bronies fit into that category when it's only 1 to 3% of the general population. So in that regard, Bronies really are special.
I honestly think, now that I'm looking at this chart, I think I'm ESFP, which is almost second to last.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm out
You're
there.
an outlier, man.
I guess so.
Am I the only normal one in this clubhouse?
Define normal.
Not
We're
you
seeing
two.
there is
Now, why do you guys watch the show? The overwhelming response is obviously the characters. You watch it for the characters. There's also, the categories are the art and style, which sits at about 5%, the plot, the music, the voice talent, inside jokes, nod to this fan base, and the all ages appeal. I mean, there's a lot of factors as to why we watch the show. And it really works. It's really fun.
Our favorite character.
Well, we kind of went through this one. It was the favorite characters, with Twilight Sparkle being the highest one out of all of them.
No, one thing I'm really surprised is like everyone I talk to likes Rarity, or if they don't, she's growing on them. And to hear that she's so far down the line is really surprising. Celestia doesn't surprise me. I still wish she was there. She's awesome.
Celestia, how do you feel about her being at the bottom of the list, Tyler?
Next to other.
No, those other people who didn't even get a name are at the bottom of the list, okay? But no, seriously, I wish Celestia was higher.
I like
You
Twist.
really don't seem to like
Yes.
Celestia.
Yeah.
Oh, not enough
We
love.
could just end it right here, but we're not.
And sorry, man, Cadence isn't even on there.
I have the
She's
plushie.
under
not my
other,
favorite.
please specify.
And the really other thing that was not very surprising but still interesting was the character that most Bronies identify with, and that's Twilight Sparkle.
Go,
Fluttershy
future
came
graduates.
next.
Very
And
shy.
Considering the personality type breakout, that doesn't shock me at all. So we've got, the bookworms, and then just the garden variety
quiet
shy people. Yeah.
Which I'm sure a lot of you, I'm pretty sure you're just big fans of the show, but you just keep it to yourself. Very shy.
Then Luna, which comes in at third, and who people identify with, also kind of brooding. She has her thing. She's not out there. Hi, everybody.
She's the mystery of the night. And speaking of Luna, she's actually the very top character of who they enjoy seeing the most in an episode. Whenever Luna comes out, everyone goes, "Woo, Luna!"
Yeah, one thing I found really interesting about that, and it is about Celestia again, is that even though she's not that many people's favorite, people do enjoy seeing her. Like, she's about halfway up the list. Still don't get how Rarity's so far behind.
Whoa! Applejack beat Rarity on that one?
Haha.
What?
For you Rarity,
Okay.
for you Rarity lovers, this is gonna be.
We gotta represent harder.
You know, I almost wonder if that's why she barely showed up in season 3.
No, because everybody
Nobody
knows
wanted to see
Rarity
her.
is amazing.
I'm shocked by the fact that Shining Armor and Cadence made it onto this chart. There's a lot of people who actually look forward to seeing them in episodes. And I know it's a lot of Cadence fans in the clubhouse, but nobody seems to like Shining Armor at all. I don't get it. I got nothing.
Brother.
You know who didn't show up in any of these charts that frankly quite makes me very sad is No Sapphire Shores.
Yeah, you know, you're definitely an outlier on that one, buddy. She's
Well,
under other, please specify.
No, not in the world. But what do you guys think? What do you fit into? What do you agree with?
There's a lot to go through. I mean, sorry to cut you off, but no. One thing I'm really looking forward to about this, you know, this was all just the raw data. They haven't really like crunched any of these numbers yet or cross-compared a lot of these. I mean, we kind of did some of this, like, you know, Twilight and the Graduates. We kind of compared some of those, but no one else has really gone through. Again, this is just the raw data, so it's going to be interesting to see when they start like thinking up those correlations that are happening right now.
They actually do need help with that, so go to herdcensus.com and you can sign up for their forums and see what they do need help with as far as number crunching and coding and all that kind of stuff. So go help out Coder Brony. He's a cool guy.
Looking forward to the next one. The links for the census itself will be in the description box below. And we want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? Where do you think you fit in? I personally am very interested to hear your feedback, because maybe you just don't agree with any of this. Maybe you really love Rarity and your voices aren't being heard. Everybody loves Rarity. So definitely check. Oh no. So definitely, we want to hear your thoughts. Be sure to leave a comment, and yeah, we'll have the link for the next Herd Census, so you guys can go and check it out and make your voices heard. And we'll see what the results are for 2014. We'll see you for the next roundtable discussion. Hey there everybody, this is our video review of a recently released fan-animated short, Snowdrop.
And we have Spencer, myself, Casey, and Tyler. Care to start us off?
Yeah, I'm lucky that I get to go first and say that I really liked it because it was sweet
Aw.
and pure innocence,
Aw.
which is one of the reasons that I first started to fall in love with My Little Pony so much, or the main show. So I like that. One problem I had with it was I was probably just not paying enough attention, but I didn't quite understand the overarching story. But all the story during it, like that I was able to follow along with easily, I really liked it. And it was sweet and it was good. I liked it.
You mean about winter?
No, that I kind of got just
okay.
like, I don't know,
You
the
mean like
snow
the-
falling gentle. I don't think I missed where it was
Oh,
falling.
they're talking about how blizzards were like, you know, they couldn't control snow and.
Still learning. I wasn't paying attention at the start.
They didn't make it really clear.
That's what you get for not paying attention. Okay, well, what I really appreciated was the subtle nature in which Snowdrop's disability was introduced. It wasn't like 30 seconds in, oh my gosh, she's blind! It was, hey, you know, her eyes look kind of different. I wonder about that. And then she's talking to her mom, and then you just kind of get it. You're like, oh, okay. So I liked that. It wasn't like blaringly obvious with the flashing sign. So good writing, A+. I appreciated that the ponies in the background were actually doing something, and they had business, and they weren't just frozen in the back. They actually blinked. It made it look very real. And shout out for Firefly at the very end. Yay for G1 Pony. Yay! Woo! What'd you think?
I, like you said, it was really, really sweet. It was heartwarming. It was the polar opposite of the Dot Mauve series.
You're still hawking on about that, aren't you?
You know what?
It's a different type of fan animation.
It was, and the animation was cute. I wasn't super crazy about some of like the color schematics for like the background ponies, but that's a really, really minor point, and I don't even know why I brought it up, frankly. I really liked the tie-in with Luna and the kind of the allegory they drew between the nature of winter and Luna's own like loneliness that did eventually drive her to become Nightmare Moon. They kind of touched on that, but they didn't shove it down your throat, so I can appreciate it.
Again, a subtle thing.
Yeah, so very elegantly done.
I guess for me, as I usually do, I look at it from 3 points: the writing, the animation, and the voice acting, and that all excelled very well for me. The voice acting, there was only a handful of voice actors, and they really brought the character to life. They brought Snowdrop and made it really, you felt sorry for her, you related to her, even on a small level. And the animation was pretty darn close to show accurate. It's probably one of the first few animations that I saw that went, wow, that's, if you were showing that to a first-time Brony, they'd probably go, oh, like, did Hasbro do this? It was really well done.
No, I felt that, actually.
It's goodness, it's so close. It's so close. Mm-hmm. You know, you can tell at times when it is something that's not Hasbro, but it's so well done. It hides it so well, and it's beautiful how it looks. The music is actually something that really drew for me. It's very subtle, very calming, but it gives you that mood of sadness, and it pulls you back and it makes you feel a little something. And I liked how everything worked. It was a short, you know, so it's not too long, but I like how it progressed. You know, it went from the beginning, the beginning and the middle of the whole story just worked for me. The only really thing, not necessarily that bothers me, one thing that I didn't know about this. I was so in the dark until literally just yesterday about this project, and when someone told me, I finally went, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Why didn't I know about this sooner? That's my only thing. I mean, I liked it through and through. I thought it was a very well done, well executed short. Any final comments, critiques, thoughts?
I agree with what you said.
Very good. Silly Philly Studios, we better see more of your stuff. Mm-hmm. But what did you guys think? If you guys have seen Snowdrop, we'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. Be sure to leave them in the comment box below. And we'll see you for our next video review. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.
We'd like to thank everybody for joining us again today, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
And be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And for my fellow gamers out there, if you still haven't joined in on the fun, the Brony Clubhouse has gaming live streams every Tuesday and Thursdays over on our Twitch TV channel, so be sure to check us out.
And just a reminder, Equestria is coming up May 10th through 12th at the Anaheim Marriott. If you book a room at the hotel through the convention website, you get a special discounted rate of $115 per night. Now, that sounds like a lot, but it usually runs like $150, so this is actually a really good deal. And in addition to that, EQLA will be giving attendees who stay at the hotel exclusive perks, so you should really get on that. I'm staying at the hotel, and you should too, so buy a badge, book a room, do it soon.
That is so awesome. I'm excited.
Me too.
And one more quick announcement for you guys. The Brony Clubhouse has a PayPal website set up and is accepting any and all contributions. We always strive to give you the highest quality programming, so be sure to check it out. And any of these links will be in our description box below. This is the Brony Clubhouse, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cut! I did!